Hey guys, how are you all doing? Welcome to Unscripted Lagos. My name is Mo, and here on Unscripted, we discuss issues affecting relationships, sexual relations, life experiences, and navigating life as a Gen Z or millennial living in Lagos, Nigeria. On today's episode of Unscripted Lagos, we will be discussing why successful women are perceived as sugar babies. And to join me on today's show is the most beautiful, delectable, amazing, successful woman who has made a mark in the movie industry in Nigeria, no other than Olayode Juliana. Woo!
Thank you.
You look so beautiful, so beautiful.
Thank you.
So today's topic is about successful women, and you know how we usually say women supporting women. I'm saying this in quote because even on social media we can see that that's actually not true, right? And for most people, especially in this part of the world, when we see that a woman has made her mark in a certain field, they just have that perception that a man must have been behind her success, and a woman cannot start off as a successful person without the backing of a man. So what's your thought about that? Because I know you're a very like money rolling.
Okay, so the truth is people would always have, their own perspective on anything that is going on with other people. So you are the only person that knows the truth about however you were made or however you got your money. So no matter how much you try to explain it to anybody else, they would then decide to believe you or to go about saying that you got your money through any means at all. So yes, it's a thing like everybody says, oh, she got that car, a man gave her. Oh, she got that post, a man gave her. She must have slept with her boss and all of that stuff. There's all that going on. But also there are people who really work their butts out to get to that position. So I really just feel like, yes, that's, everybody knows that. It's glaring that everybody feels like when a woman is successful, there's a man behind it. But there are also women who work their butts out to make sure that they climb the ladder rather. So I would say that yes, it's something that people say. But also, I think that we shouldn't allow the fact that a lot of people would say, oh, she got that from a woman or from a man rather, to stop you, because you cannot explain your success to everybody. You alone know the truth behind your success. So don't allow, what people keep saying about, she just got a new car, must have been a man. They don't know the investment you're doing. I still believe that there are still women who are working so hard to get to whatever position or point in life that they are, because even though they are other women,
we'll talk about that.
But yes.
Have you had any experience with people saying, okay, from your journey to stardom, right? Have you heard people say, oh, I think Juliana must have done this to get to this position? Because I know there will be people that would want to get the same role as you in a certain particular movie. Have you heard anybody think otherwise of where you are today right now?
No, I've not heard anything like that about me before. I don't know, probably, I don't even know if, it's so funny. I don't know if anybody says that, probably maybe behind my back, but I've never had anybody come to my face to tell me that. But, like I said, people would always have their perspectives about you. People would have their opinions about you. But you don't allow people's opinion to get to you, because you know the truth about yourself, yes, and about it. So I don't know. I don't care.
That's true. Don't care about it. My sister shared one experience with me. She drives a Lexus car. Or she used to drive a Lexus car. And then she went to Ep2 and Lactate one time, and then one guy blocked her in front, right? And all of a sudden insinuated, you know how Nigerian men are. I think that most Nigerian men, or some Nigerian men, tend to get intimidated by successful women, right? And stop to say, oh, all the small girls, Lagos girls, France girls, even not because the Yahoo boy that bought this car for you. And I'm like, and when she was telling me, it was very, very sad, because this is someone that works her butt 24/7. right? Working so hard to get to the point where she wants to become. I think that it has now become like an unsafe space for women to live, right? Even though we don't want to get these opinions into our head, right? We can't be, for the fact that we can't keep explaining to people how we got our money or how we got to where we are. It's just very heartbreaking. And it's why some other women that we're trying to avoid in the beginning would see a successful woman, right? And think that there's just a man behind that success, right? Because at the end of the day, they don't want to go through the process. They just want to get to the top, right? But they don't want to go through the process of how this person has suffered. They just want to, you know what, give me the template, let me copy, and let me successful. And should we say that this is what has driven some other women into being in a relationship with men that they're not supposed to be with? That's where the whole sugar daddy is coming. Or do you think that the men are the one just in a way sort of having this impression about women that, I mean, it's just money they need, as long as they get the things that they need? Are they perceiving women as materialistic, or are this other group of women just doing it because they're intimidated by their fellow women in that success line?
Okay, so I'll start with the first thing you said. I don't think that it's a Nigerian men thing. It's not just Nigeria. So I think like, because of course we are in Nigeria, so we hear a lot about Nigerian men, but I think it doesn't have to do with what country you're from, right? It has to do with you. Some people just have self-esteem issues, and they have issues with having or seeing women. Some men have issues with seeing women who are more successful than them, or even successful at all. They just feel like, oh, it has to be a man behind it, right? So I think it's just Nigeria alone. It just is a personality thing. It's a mindset thing. It's the way you see life. You know, so many people are so myopic in their thinking, and they're not well exposed. So just because somebody lives in a mansion or, you know, is rich doesn't mean the person is exposed, right? And also some people are not, they don't have wisdom. I don't know. They are not, they are just, there's just so many things, you know, like every day we learn every day. So some people are not exposed enough to see that these things can happen without me having men. And I think it's also because, you know, your generation, the generation Z or Z people.
I represent millennial.
Okay. So, but there's some people who just don't want to go through the process anymore. And so it's all over the place now, where you see that, oh, a woman got this and a man got this one. And people are no longer ashamed to say that, you know, this is what I do. Like, they own it with all their full chest, or how do they say? But I think that's why people downplay the hard work that some women put into their craft, some women put into whatever it is that they're doing. So I would say that, you know, I don't know, it's just my own way of thinking is, I wouldn't say that because something has become popular, then I'm, you know, pressured by it. I'm not pressured by popular opinions, because at the end of the day, I'm true to myself, you know, to their own self, be true. You know, like, okay, even no matter how much pressure is out there, you know who you are, you know what your values, you know what you represent, you know that, okay, I don't want to get my hands dirty, or I mean, dirty in that way, or I don't want to do these things because it doesn't just align with my character and my belief and my values. So you choose not to. So I would say that anybody out there doing those things is just because they want to, because at the end of the day, we have a choice. Nobody can force you into doing anything you don't want to do. Also, we live in a world where people are not content. People live for social media. People want to post on their status to say that I'm in Paris, I'm in Dubai, with somebody else's money, right? And, you know, there's just too much pressure out there to get people's attention, to get people's acceptance. You know, you want everybody to see that you exist. And you know what they say about, like, the empty barrels make the loudest noise. It's true, because if you really have something inside of you, you have nothing to prove to anybody anyway. So whether or not you really, I don't know, I think it's just how I see life. and the bad thing about these things is that you cannot continue to sustain yourself in that level the rest of your life. A lot of people forget that we will not always be this age. 2 years from now, I'm not this person anymore. 2 years from now, you are not. Even tomorrow you are not this person because you are a day older. Even the next minute, you're a minute older. So people forget that they would grow and that, people forget that they will not be used every time, every day of their life. There's the prime and then there's that time where you are like your mother or your grandmother. And what you do now determines what those times will be. So don't be under pressure to do anything. Yes, to answer your question, people feel like people can be pressured to want to do those things because, and then people like to follow trends. Like even if they just, there are some people that genuinely they just want to myself, I won't do this. Exactly. So it's crazy. There are so many ways to look at it at the end of the day, but I believe that if you have your own values, basically, you just know what you can do and what you cannot do, and you just don't allow the pressure and all the social media noise.
So I believe that social media has sort of sets a standard for how most women should live, right? And there's just that comparison between women, right? And see, I for one, I don't believe in. I used to believe in women supporting women. I mean, I'm part of. I think I'm maybe part of the 60% that believe in women supporting women. The rest is just for caps. They're just capping, right? Because why would you see?
An hashtag.
An hashtag. Why would you? So let's even agree, that most people just want to show off. I mean, you work so hard, you want to show off. Okay, it's fine. This person works hard for her money. She wants to show off her. She has been in the trenches for long. You would not come to say, why are you eating fufu? Why are you eating ewedu? Why are you playing with sand? Now she bought Bentley. It's not a problem. I don't understand. And now, women are the first people that will go under a comment section to say, that man has bought it for her, or they will see you on the road and just bring out their phone to record and send to blogs. I find it very appalling, and it's very upsetting that a fellow woman will actually bring down their own. It's just like they don't want you to get there in their physically. When they see you, they just pretend that I want you to succeed and all of that. But truly, they do not. And I'm saying this because I've had my own share of experience, right? And if this friend perhaps listens to this thing, that's a business, because I'm there, move on. If anybody comes to me to say, where are you getting the money from, blah, 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 I'm a very quiet person. I don't like trouble, but that's the day you see the other side of me. I'm just kidding. I'm a very peaceful person. But I had this friend, and I stopped my 9 to 5 at one point, right? Because I was tired. And then I was just looking, I know I'm a very creative person. I'm a multi-potentialite. And so I know I can easily pick 1 or 2 things to learn and just grow with it, engage in 1 or 2 skills. And we decided to go into one business together at that point. And we had already planned. I was very excited. We had so many business ideas. We had one where for cleaning. You had one for cleaning. I knew I was going to make money because I'm a very organized person. I like to clean. We said, we're going to hire people and just create a safe space for families to just hire cleaners to come and clean or help for their business and stuff. We had everything planned out and all of that. And I started bringing the people. Okay, let me bring this person. You, since you know people, you look for capital and all of that. Me, I look for, we just divided the work and everything. Yeah. And I was actually doing well with all of these things, right? I got 1 or 2 clients from my side. So I was bringing in more people than she was bringing. All of a sudden, tables just turned. It just looked like I was the bad person. I was not saying my name left, right, center, from saying, this is not what we planned, I want to use. And sometimes people be careful of more, she's this. I'm like, what the heck? It's not a competition, right? The fact that I'm bringing in more people more than you are doesn't mean that there are not other things that you are skillful at that I'm not. Even if we knew how powerful we were as women, I don't think that we'll do things that will either bring our fellow women down or do things that will try to destroy our own lives, for instance. You get? So I just want to you to share. So what are your tips? What tips will you give to these women? Because we see it. Let's not. Have you not, as a woman, not come under your comment section to say. Anyway, the way you carry yourself,
A lot. Yes, 2 days ago, I was complaining that I have pimples. I don't have pimples.
Oh.
And then I put it on my Insta story and I said, I don't know what to do to the pimples on my face. And then a lot of women started sending me DMs. One of the most annoying of all the DMs I got was one woman saying, you better check who they knock you, like the person. And, and I was upset because I'm like,
how does it correlate?
Honestly, I was really upset. I mean, other people started to tell me other stuff that I don't even want to start mentioning, but that one really upset me. I was going to respond, but I just said, you know what, this person doesn't even deserve my attention. And then I blocked the person. Of course, it doesn't take, I mean, sometimes you can't exercise that kind of self-control because, I'm talking about people.
And you are talking about
knack. How?
The person has made you see so for a long time.
Yeah, so women, I feel you because, I mean, women are the first person that will tell you that, oh, you're fat. Why are you so fat
Body
now?
shaming.
Hit the gym. When I see people tell me hit the gym, I say, no, I don't subscribe to violence. I love my body and I'm banging and I'm pretty, so because there's just so much going on and I absolutely understand what you're saying. But this is it. So because I like to think, I like to find a balance in everything, even in my thinking and the way I process things. The truth is that in this life, everybody is self-centered.
True.
And people just want to always be above you, especially people in the same field as you. It's really hard. I think my mom used to tell me something that no matter how much somebody is saying, I want to help you, the person will never help you to rise above himself or herself. Yeah. God is the only person who is not in a competition with you, and he's the only one who is not threatened to lift you up because he's not in a competition with you. Do you understand? So, he's not saying, oh, I can't really share this side because I'm scared that when she gets to know, she'll do better than me. Because God is not even, he doesn't operate on this realm. Do you understand? So, my mom says that to me a lot. So, no matter how good we are, we still want to be the best. We still want to stand out. So, it's just that competitive thing in every man. So, that's why people are like that. But then again, there's a place of balance and self-control and also personality. So I get that thing you said about, oh, I'm doing well, and then I see another person doing well, and then I feel bad. I'm like, oh, okay. So in those feelings will come, but what you do to those feelings is what matters the most. Do you understand? Because till we leave the side of eternity, we would always find people who would always do better than us. It does not matter how successful you are. There's somebody somewhere who
always talk.
Your success is like poverty to the person. Do you understand? Your success is like nothing to the person. So, but you know how you got to the point where you got to. You know your process. You know every stage of your process. Appreciate where you are. When you look back at where you're coming from, appreciate where you are, and then work so hard and pray and do every other thing good. To say, okay, I want to leave this point to another point. So, and then when such emotions pop up, always tell yourself again, like, because when I feel like, if I look at somebody in my field and I feel like the person is doing better than me, and I'm like, when those thoughts pops up, I intentionally then send the person a message, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. And of course, I'm not pretending to be happy for them. Do you understand? Because there are also people who would text you to say, I'm so happy for you, and they're not happy for you.
Okay. True.
But I'm just saying, like, there are different ways to let out those bad emotions, because they are bad emotions, but we can't avoid those emotions sometimes. But about what you said, so the truth is just generally like, man, everyone is looking out for themselves out there. So yes, you would always have such people in your life. You would always have people who would talk bad about you just because they want to shine, and it's always women. So it's always women. So I just feel like, as women, we have a lot we are dealing with that we have not even, we like to say that it is not for those reasons, but if we really think deep we see that it is for those exact reasons. So we are in a competition with ourselves. If a woman is maybe I don't know, even if you go to a salon and you see like to make a particular hair and somebody else is slaying on another hair, you want to do that hair that person is doing. So it's just so many things. And I also feel like it's also a personality thing. It's also
the thing.
Yes, it's also, it has to be your personality, because if I know some women who are genuinely supporting each other, okay? And I know some women who are not. Some people will say that, oh, I have you in mind. Oh, I'm thinking about you. I'll help you. And congratulations. You know, we should go out and all those things. Yeah. But I think I'm also I'm just so blessed with having really good people in my life. Because a friend of mine still reached me from Texas 3 days ago, and she told me about something. There was a program going on, and then she put in my name for something that I didn't even know about.
Yeah.
And so it's because the result is it's just almost like the results will be out in a couple of days. So she was just reaching out to me just in case I got any message from them and all of that stuff. So they are genuinely people who want to see you successful. So that's why I'm saying that it also boils down to who their personality. Yeah. People are toxic for different reasons. Probably their experiences, they didn't get love, they always feel like they have to work hard to get people's approval. They just feel like that's the only way they can stay relevant for all sort of reasons. You don't know anybody's backstory. I mean, if you genuinely want to support somebody, yes. But I know that a lot of times that's women support women thing. It's just...
And I don't even think that people, because, I mean, everyone has gone through a lot. So let's talk about how women are told to tone down. Because... Are you laughing?
So that they can get a good man.
So that they can get a good man. Oh!
So that men will not run away from them.
Why are men intimidated? I don't understand. Is it your money? Is it your success? Go and make your own money. I don't understand why women... I don't know, maybe it's because the Bible has said that... What did the Bible say about women should submit to their husbands? So they've misinterpreted and misquoted the Bible. One of my cousins... Hey God, my family... Please don't kill me on this family. Sorry, I'm exposing you guys. Some of my cousins here... She has mad money, I'm not even lie. I say she's very rich. She earns in dollars. She works with the government, and this is her husband. I mean, I never even liked him. I like you now, but then I did not like you because I thought you were after my cousin's money, which, I mean. So he was in Nigeria, right? I know how people do. Okay, when we get married, I ship all my family members, we japa for a better life. Yeah. So you're bringing her own money. She came back to Nigeria for her NYSC. Right, and so they went doing NYSC and they fell in love. Useless love.
NYSC love.
NYSC love is just useless sometimes. They fell in love at NYSC and then they started planning marriage. See, this pain me, very annoying. She'll give this guy money. You are not working, you don't have money. Okay, the person that even has money, she'll give you money, put in your account though, so that as you try to, you'll be seen as a real man. That's what you want, right? This guy will say he forgot his card in the house and we'll have gone out, we'll start buying things. Oh yeah, Oga pay now. He will say he forgot the card that they put, it's not your money, they won't help your life, they put money inside. He did not pay on several occasions. So I just felt like, what's the point? You're trying to take advantage of this person. And the next story we were hearing was the guy was like, they wanted to break up, right? Me, he didn't even know I didn't like him. He brought me as therapist. I studied guidance and counseling. So I used to choke my autism matter. That does not concern me sometimes. I mean, and because I loved my cousin so much, I didn't like her in that state. She was already in love. She was gone. Love is blind. That's her person. She was already blind and like gone, right? And they had their first major fight. What's the reason? He thinks that I should move back to Nigeria, and I just feels that she's trying to show off and all that because of her money, and that when they get married, is this how she'll be treating him and stuff. It was just a very irritating conversation that day, because I don't understand why you be feeling intimidated. You're supposed to even like be happy and pray to God to bless you. Found a good woman. You're supposed to be happy. You want someone that has worked all her life, that is living a good life, to come back to Nigeria to suffer with you. Not only that, you're planning marriage and saying that, oh, she will have to like tone it down, she stopped showing off her wealth, that you want to try and get a job first before unnecessary.
So this is the thing here. first of all, I want to address something, then I will come back to this.
See, you're closing your eyes.
Yes. Because I know that we have so many mindsets that when we check the root of these mindsets, we see that it's because of things that we've been told through the years.
Yeah.
What makes a man is more than money.
True.
Right. So what we've been told over time that, oh, if a man doesn't have money, he's not a man, he's not man enough. No, that's not it. He's a man because he was made man. You're a woman because you were made woman. Yes, there is that. But because, men, we say that, oh, men, they're supposed to be responsible for us and all of that, which is true, because if I have a father who's not responsible for me, I'll be really sad. Or if I have a husband who doesn't want to take care of me, I'll be sad. But I think that we should not say that a man is less of a man because he's not making, or because he doesn't have money. Do you understand? So that's one thing I want to first say. The second thing is this: I don't know if it's just how I see life. If a woman is earning more than the husband should be happy.
Exactly.
Like, oh, I'm so happy that
you're
earning more than
you. That you will get there.
So I also think that, you see, everything in life is all about balance, and it's all about how we behave and react, because a man wants his honor anytime, any day. That's just how God made them. Okay. So even if you're earning billions, you are richer than your husband 100 million times. He wants his honor. He wants to be respected. Women wants to be pampered. They want attention. So as long as there are some men that, as long as you're earning that much, but you are not, you still respect them, then they don't have a problem with it. But let me go to the men that have a problem with it. I think that it's just because of how they were raised, the environment they were raised, the kind of exposure that they have, the people around them. It has a lot to do with, all these things. You understand? So yes, I mean, let me tell you this topic. That's why I was closing my eyes. It's deep. I can talk about these things in several ways, right? Several ways, because I know that, except, we live in a world where women just want to marry for the money. That's just, and then 2 years down the line, when there's a divorce, everybody say, hey, the rate of divorce is terrible. I'm not going to marry. But people marry for the wrongest reasons. Do you understand? Oh, I want to be a missus. Oh, I like this man because he sleeps with me. I like the way, I like this. There's so much, though, to marriage than we even talk about, than we even know. And so it's a lot of things. I know that, the generation before us and our fathers and mothers, a lot of them endured their marriage, not necessarily enjoyed it. Because, I mean, some people call their husband, some did enjoy it, yes, I know, but some people call their husband daddy. As in, not daddy, like as in daddy. As in daddy. So there is so many things, right? So, but I just want to say that it's so much. Wait, I don't even want to digress. Let me come back to where I was, which is that. So
the men feeling intimidated. Yeah,
the men feeling intimidated.
Women to tone down.
So I think it's also a cultural thing. It's also a society thing. Because even my mom didn't want me to move out of the house because she was like, hey, any woman that leaves her parents' house and is not going to her husband's house, people will think that they're wayward. So my mom was concerned for the longest time. She said, hey, because that's how they were brought up, right? And that's what they believe to be the right thing to do. Do you understand? And so so everything is just all about mindset.
I agree with you.
So that whole situation is just because of the mindset that the man has. If the man has a better mindset and a better exposure, he would behave differently. He would react differently. There are men who are even house husbands right now. Like,
no, these people want to be house husbands. I have a friend that told me he wants to be a house husband.
So it's not. I'm not saying that I want to marry a house husband, but I'm just saying that. things are changing. So there are so many ways to look at things. So I don't think that any man should be intimidated because of what their woman is earning. And I don't think that any woman should tone it down because of a man. Because at the end of the day, when he marries you, he has that to deal with.
Exactly.
So if he cannot deal with it already, then let him leave. Right? So pretending not to have because you want to get a man's attention is even like the wrongest foundation of your relationship.
Yes.
Because you're not even being truthful.
Yes.
The man is not seeing you in the fullness of who you are. So it's so many things. You don't belittle yourself because of a man, and you don't try to be like, oh, maybe you see that this man is a particular class and you want to live up to that. No, just be you. If he's not content with who you are, he moves on, and that's fine. And then your own person will find you.
If I have my own money and you don't, and you feel intimidated, I'm moving on to the next, because I think that it's mostly, I don't know, because I stay in Nigeria, my brother is in SA. I think it's mostly in Nigeria, and like you said, our mindset, culture, our experiences, the things that we were told. In SA, my brother was telling me that most people are not even concerned about who is making the money. It can be a woman making her own money and the man being supportive. It doesn't matter, as long as you are living peacefully, you are loving one another. I think the societal pressure as well, right? I think the men are being pressured to live up to a certain standard.
Yeah, right? And I feel so, do you know what? I feel so sorry for men a lot of times. And I know a lot of women will come for me for this.
Yeah, you want to come.
So now I don't know whether I should talk or I should just shut up my mouth and go so that nobody is sending me any. I support women, oh please. Women support women, oh.
We're supporting women. Are you part of the 40?
No, I support women. Okay. No, I can't stand when people do wrong things against women. I can't stand it. But I'm just saying that, you know, like there's a lot of pressure on men that we don't even talk about. There's this stage play that we did, and I wept reading the script. I wept because I started to see things differently about the things that these men go through that they don't even talk about, because a lot of times men don't talk about, you know, their trauma. They don't talk about these things. We can easily voice out, you know, if a man is being abused, for instance, he's not easily going to come to you and say, because he already sees that you're going to look at him some type of way. So he'd rather hide it. But I mean, a woman is, you know, that kind of culture. So they go through stuff. But I know, like, today's conversation is not about men, but I'm just saying that these men also go through stuff. At the end of the day, we are all human, and we all go through our own personal problems, whether the ones that the world acknowledges or not, whether the ones we share or not, whether the ones that is popular or not, because everybody just goes through stuff, right? But I just think that in everything that we do, we should just learn to find the balance and, you know, understand the partner that you're with. But for no reason should you belittle yourself or degrade yourself for any man. It doesn't make any sense, because it's better you just find out if you deal with it or not. Just know where you stand. So, but also, it's not bad if, you know, your wife or your partner is earning more than you. As in, whether it's...
I think that, and again, because most people don't know how to have that conversation.
Yeah, right? That's what I've learned. The hardest conversations, yes. People think that they communicate, but they don't. They don't. So sometimes some of these things are the hardest conversations to have. Do you know, just to know why? Because apart from you being in a relationship with your partner has friends. His friends has friends. You have family, you have brothers, you have sisters, like, who probably have the same mindset as you. So they're pushing like, oh, Daniel, fair baby, she will cheat on you. How do you
ride on you? She will not become the man in the family.
Whether she's sleeping with her boss. She's always traveling. You are in Nigeria. You are there.
It always has to be the woman.
And then the woman too. Let me talk about the woman too. The friend can say, you left your husband. You don't know how many people your husband is sleeping with. So all these things, it's just honestly though, I don't know. I think that maybe the different experiences I have had in life, probably if you spoke with me like 4 or 5 years ago, I'll probably be saying something different now. But I feel like the more exposed you get, the experiences that you have, even painful, there are lessons from it. Do you understand? Like they teach you and they shape, you know, like it just shapes you into who you become moving forward. So there's no one way to anyway.
And I'm very grateful to have women in my corner who are very supportive, especially.
Yes, you have to be grateful for that.
My sister, so I have 2 sisters, men. I know, like some family members, you see siblings fighting, and it's very, very important. It's very sad to see. But I'm glad that I have like these women in my corner, and I'm glad that this generation of women, they are not want to keep quiet or to back down. I know that men have their own issues, and like you said, right, it's deep. This issue is very, very deep.
This conversation
actually is very, very deep. It's very deep, but I'm just grateful that women are now speaking up, right?
Yeah.
And we don't need to explain ourselves to anybody. No. Women are very hardworking. Yeah. Very, very hard. See, for example, yourself. I followed you for a very long time, like, and it's just amazing to see where you're at, right? You're an actor, now you're an author, you're just doing so many things that like people love. And if you take a look at most women in, say, the movie industry, in the creative space, and if you go through their journey, you see that they are genuine women who are like working so hard to get to the top of the ladder. And not because they want to say, okay, it's not born out of feminism or saying, okay, we want to show the men that we can do better. It's just that like we've been shut out for a very long time. We've been put in that position where we need to step back for the other gender to be ahead or to be in front. Even in the workspace, I've experienced that in the workspace where a fellow colleague, a male colleague, told me that I will not get that promotion that I wanted because I was a woman. And he tried to say, oh, it's not a woman's responsibility, it's not a woman's job. And at that point, I needed to prove to him that, you know what, I can actually get this and actually do better. And I'm glad that even before I left that workspace, I got to that position and I did better. Even though the team paid him, he peppered him and he resigned. I don't care. I don't care. But I'm glad that I did not settle for less, right? So my advice to women is, please stop bringing your fellow women down. It's really sad to see. You see how men support their fellow men, whether it's in truth or it's in lie or
so much.
See, and they will support them with their food. They don't care. They're not looking at you. They're not even looking at the person that they're dating. Yeah. I was in a podcast show and it was a street show, and okay, would you ditch on your woman to support your guy? And most of them said, oh yes. They don't care. They will support their fellow gender. Please support your fellow woman. You don't know what she has been through. You don't know her experiences. Even though there are women that do things that like the society will not necessarily support, but we also need to think and understand that person's thought process to say, okay, why is this person doing what she's doing, and how can I help this person be a better person? If you're not going to profess solution as to why this person should be a better person, then you just keep short. All this bashing and going under people's comment section is a lie. She's sleeping. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. Like the one that came to your, it's unnecessary.
Do you know what I know is this here? Such people will never cease to exist.
True.
I know that for sure. So we have to decide whether we're going to let the things that they say get to us or not. And then, you know, we will always have to deal with such people. We will always have to deal with such people in our every day till we leave the side of eternity. We would always have to deal with such people. So it's all about how you take it. It's all about how you react. It's all about the posture of your heart. True. You know, when you hear these comments. So there are times when I get DMs like that and I'm very upset. I'm like, who the hell is this?
Have you ever spoken back? Have you ever fought back for yourself?
In my DM.
Yes, or in the comment section.
In a comment section, yeah. I don't remember what that person said that day. And I was just having a really bad day, and I was so upset that day. I'm like, nope, not today. I'm not going to be calm and cool and collected.
Time for war.
I'm going to be violent. you know, sometimes these things, it's just, you would not stop having such people around you. That's just the bitter truth. The bitter truth is that there will always be women. We would always have women who would genuinely support other women. But we will always have women who would forever be toxic, and they will talk down on their fellow, women, and then they don't want the best. They just want all the bad, evil things.
And the problem is that the more they keep pulling other women down, they don't even get to any point. So what's the essence?
Yeah, absolutely.
And people think it's just their village people. It's not village.
No.
You guys, it's not village people.
No, it's not.
It's you. You're using your hands to do yourself. You're using your hands to yourself.
So I think that we just have to learn. We have to get to that point where we'll say that, I'm going to learn to live with these people. Sad, but I'm going to learn to live with these people, because they will always be there. They will always be such people. You will always be them at your place of work, sadly, sometimes even in family, all these things would always happen.
I agree. So my fellow women and those that are in the other percent of people that we meet supporting women, the ones that don't go under people's comment section to bash successful women, don't let the societal perception of successful women get to your head. And like Juliana said, these people will always be there.
Yeah,
it's like they're the devil's agent. Sorry to use that word. They will always be there, but just keep being hardworking, be genuine. I know that at some point here, there was one time I was actually jealous of my very close friend that I'm in the same niche with. Yeah, she does a whole lot. She knows how to design. I don't know how to. So our page is aesthetically pleasing, very sweet and nice. And I was jealous to the point that it almost got to where I almost blocked her. And I just had to tell her, I said, babe, see, I'm jealous of the work that you do. I'm a very genuine people. And I hold conversations a whole lot. I like having conversations with people and just like communicating like my feelings, right? Genuinely. And like, babe, see, I appreciate your work. I love what you do. I mean, I said that we were on the same number before, like you have left me here. And at a point in time, I was really jealous of you, of your work. And she really appreciated the fact that I was genuine and open to having that conversation. So I believe that as women, right, if we have people that are in the same fields, I don't know, not everybody would be able to.
Sorry, I wouldn't say this thing. Just because you're doing the same thing with somebody doesn't mean the person is your competition.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So people always, we're all different and we are gifted differently. Just like you said.
Yes.
You have a friend, you do the same thing, but she has
unique value.
Yes. So you also have certain things that she would never be able to do. So let's stop thinking that because we're in the same business with somebody or we do the same thing with somebody, that automatically makes the person our competition.
Exactly.
Do you understand? Because there will always be something that you can do that the person cannot do. So honestly though, it's just point of view.
See, keep being the bad bit that you are. I'm not saying, but like keep making your money. Don't settle for less. Don't allow any man come to you to say, oh, you need to. Don't tone down your success. There's a reason why God has blessed you and given you all that money. It's not for you to tone it down. Anything you want to do with your money, if you want to rant, if you want to brag on social media, do it. If they come to your house, God don't let them come to your house.
Yeah.
But if you want to brag about it on social media, do what you have to do. There'll be women who will still come to you to air their own opinion, and that's on them. But don't settle for less. Understand that you are valuable, you are unique, you are hardworking, and that no matter what, right, you have your own competitors, but your competition should be yourself first. Understand that you have your own uniqueness, and please don't settle for less. All you women that always bashing on when Judgment Day is coming. Remember, the Lord is coming soon. You may answer why you are behaving like Eve rather than
Eve, really?
Why? Not Eve. Eve just ate apple. That was the only crime that she committed. And this you people don't decide to like help the serpent and take it to the next level. I don't get. Anyways, thank you for coming on this show. It was great having you on this show. It was great having this conversation with you.
Thank you.
I hope that you guys enjoyed the show as much as I did. And we have come to the end of this episode on Unscripted Lagos. Don't forget to leave a comment Remember to turn on your post notification and leave a like on this episode. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at H-Debay Tv. See you next time on Unscripted Lagos with H-Debay TV. And I remain your favorite host, Mo. Thank you.